Well, hello, everyone. This is Larissa Velez-Jackson. Larissa, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure, thank you. I am a choreographer and a performer, um, and my choreography is mainly improvisation based and quite interdisciplinary. So I do a lot of speaking practice, speaking while moving, kind of meta commentary about the act of performing as it's happening. So there's a lot of text heavy. It's yeah, speech, sound, song that happens in my dances. Um, I also have a family band with my husband called Yackez, so there's a whole other songwriting and sort of experimental pop element to what I do as well. And I teach body rehabilitation and loads of movement, mainly for seniors, for older adults.
All very cool things. I met Larissa. I did my sort of like abroad semester in New York City. I interned for like 2 weeks at the Bushwick Star on her show Zapatografia, where you walked around and tried on shoes in front of the audience and also a panel of seniors for like the first half of the show, and then it turned into a really great like disco dance party and like tango, and it was all this great stuff. It was very exciting, and I don't think I really got to appreciate it in the moment because it was my first 2 weeks like in New York doing the thing, and then I went and was in a cubicle for the rest of the semester.
Amazing. You did a great job helping on the piece that I remember.
Well, thanks so much. Yeah, so when you think about like AI or like the future, where does your brain go?
I think even still after our conversation about this, I'm confused about what like computerized or internet AI is. And so I'm even excited to see what that is. I think a lot about robots with like, kind of like skin, some realistic looking skin on them or something. I think about that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's kind of I it's a mystery to me. It's sort of this unknown realm that I don't think about very much because I'm pretty much obsessed with like real corporeal corporeal experiencing. It's what I do. It's my obsession. So I kind of like remain in that realm of thinking and then use a lot of internet for creation, but not in the realm of thinking about AI very much.
Right on. Well, I think that's a great little backdrop. I'll start sharing my screen here and we'll jump into it. So I've got a Google Doc shared with you also in case you want to feed me any text that way. You can also just tell me what to type in, etc.
Okay.
But it will pick up on little stuff like punctuation, capitalization, any sort of like extra style stuff like that. So if you want to really get detailed with it, you can text me stuff through there. I'll copy paste. Um,
Okay, so we're feeding it or interacting with it, feeding it information through text.
yes, it's all text.
Got it.
Um, and that can take like a lot of forms. Like it knows code, so if you start like typing out like a code sequence, it will like things like that. It knows languages. It can like translate. It can simplify into like text that a second grader would understand. A lot of crazy stuff. The main two things that you can mess with while we're doing this is response length, like how much you want it to spit back out at you, and temperature. And closer to one will be like the least likely generations. So it'll be like more illogical, more creative, but it will also like if you turn it all the way up, it will like always pick the like least likely or like one of the least likely things to come next. So you'll just get a lot of nonsense a lot of the time.
Interesting.
Similarly, when you put it down closer to zero, it'll be more logical. And as you get like closer and closer to zero, it'll just start taking only stuff like from the text or like repeating itself or falling into cycles, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, that's really amazing.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
so what do you wanna feed it just to like see what it does here?
I mean, can you ask it a question? I mean, it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah, yeah. It even has a little preset for like a question bot, or you can just ask it a question and see what it does with general text generalization or yeah, generation.
I want to ask it, do you know how you feel?
Here, I'll switch us over to the bot so we're kind of talking to it because they have a little preset for that. Oh no, that's just Q&A. Where's chatbot? There we are. Human. do you feel? Or do you know you feel?
Do you know how you feel?
Yes, I do. I'm able to feel excitement or satisfaction, and I'm positive that your visit is an exciting event for me. So how they kind of did this, they set a preset, and they set up the conversations with an AI assistant. The assistant is helpful, creative, clever, and very friendly. So you could
Mm.
edit this to be like, is very unhelpful, will tell you lies, will.
Oh,
So it's that sort of, that's an easy way to like set up a script. It's like seen all of like fan fiction and like fan theory, things like that. So it'll pick up on almost any pattern of like colon text or like all caps for a name and things like that if you want to get it into script form. But it'll also follow like prose. Whatever you feed it, it'll give you more of basically.
interesting. Okay, so I'm positive this is an exciting event for me. Thank you. I would like to ask it if it understands compassion.
Yeah. Yes, I do. I understand that compassion makes us humans care about each other and things around us.
So, okay, okay. So, and it says us. It's funny. So the temperature right now is on. You were saying it's more logical now.
It's less logical now, but
Oh,
they
it's
gave it
less.
these kind of parameters and it's on one of the like default presets from the company. So I think it might be a little more on course than most point 0.9 generations in like just free text generation.
How, maybe like how do you know how you feel if you don't have a body?
When people or animals talk about how they feel, they tend to gesture towards their heart. And I can see in my own heart by just looking at the neural activities of the people who are interacting with me. Therefore, I know how I feel.
Oh, that is wonderful.
It's pretty nice. But the assistant is helpful, clever, creative, and very friendly. So
Yeah. Interesting.
and we can get out of this prompt whenever you want or edit
Meaning
it.
this like oh, or like this prompt or
Yeah, like we can let it go. We can copy paste it to the Google Doc to save it and come back to it later. Try other like whatever, the world is your oyster here. You don't have to be stuck in
well,
chat.
I might go a little. Okay, I see. But maybe I'll keep with this for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. These
So
are good questions, and I
you're
think relate to your work.
okay. Yeah. Um. So you're looking at my neural activity. Well, actually, it's not looking at me right now, right? We're just interact. It's not like
Yeah, no, we're just feeding it text and it's giving
yeah,
us a
yeah, yeah.
prediction based off of these.
Got it, got it, got it, got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, it's in the Zoom. No. Oh. Um. Oh wow. I thought about a few things and then I went on a little overload.
Yeah, yeah, no, I saw it in the Zoom, and then
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, what I have? Where am I? What's happening? Um.
because that is an interesting thing. You can kind of put people in it by like putting their text or like your feelings into it, which is interesting. Because then it's just, yeah,
Yeah, like I mean, I keep wanting to go this thing about like actually being like, well, what about my bot? Do you see my body? But we're not. We're just feeding it text. So, what are the other options aside from chat then?
yeah. Uh, there's Q&A, grammatical standard English, summarized for second grader, text to command, English to French, parse unstructured data, and classification.
So what are text to command classification? I see. So it would like we would say things and then it would sort of like spit out, let's say like the summarize for a second grader. We would
Hmm.
give it information and then it could summarize.
Yeah, like it goes to my second grader asked me what this passage means as like
I
a way
see.
of getting that to, and the temperature's at 0.5, so it's a little more logical.
I see. Okay. Not necessarily. Well, it could. Oh, actually, ooh, you know what? I do have some. I've been reading some interesting kind of scholarly um, stuff on yoga. It could be interesting to see how it spits out for a second grader some scholarly text.
Yeah, copy and paste me that bad boy.
Okay, or I could even these are I have like all right. You know what? I'm gonna grab some things. Like, this could be kind of fun. Hold on.
Go for it.
Okay, I just want to start here, and now I realize too that I could do something. Okay, I'm just gonna go back for a second, just see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see what it says. Cool. Can we make it? Can we go in a different temperature?
Yeah. From the same, just school to school.
Yeah, the whole statement just change the temperature parameter
Yeah. Where would you like that to go?
to like less logical, like way less. I don't know.
0.8.
Sure. Just curious.
You're like a person in a play who forgot he is only pretending to be the character on the stage. Our true existence is as the person who wrote the play.
It's whoa, so weird. I like the logical answer better, but amazing. Our true existence is more like the play, too, or something. Interesting. So
Yeah.
cool. I would actually love. Okay, now this makes you want to pull out like my artist statement and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some stuff here. This is fun.
Do you want me to copy paste this into the doc?
Yeah, can we? Yes, I'm actually curious about both.
Yeah, let me see if I can go back and grab that other one too.
Okay. Uh,
See if I can control my Z my way there. Ah, I couldn't get the second one. But I can, what I'll do, I'll make a note on my phone. I can go back and get the first one from the recording when this is done and put it on there.
okay. All right, I'm just gonna take this one. Look, I'm gonna take this one paragraph. Oh yeah, let me. Sorry, but I've got to put it in the Google Doc. All right, here. I'm gonna take this one paragraph and see how it describes this to a second grader.
And you want to keep it at 0.8?
Yeah, I really like the comparison thing, but let's do it at point 0.8, and then we'll do another one at other ways. Is that it?
That's what it gave you. You want me to have it go further?
So weird. Oh, because it was just the one sentence.
That's what it thought was the complete phrase
The
for it.
whole thing. Yeah, yeah. Now we got to get another one, so it spits out more. Is it changing the temperature that'll do that?
Well, we can just give another generation, and at the same generation, it'll give you a different thing.
Okay.
We'll making art in real time and playing with different mediums like dance, song, audio,
Cute. It's simple.
video.
Although using expression to explore a dancer's body is strange and kind of inaccurate. Going into the unknown and being vulnerable. That's a nice boil down. Okay, maybe we should change the temperature now.
You want me to save that one?
Yeah, sure.
And what temperature you want to set it at?
More logical. I guess the 0.5 was like the mid range of that, or
0.5, 0.7 is the default for when you're not on a preset. They set the default for the second grader thing at 0.5.
Okay, let's do that.
A little advanced for a second grader, perhaps.
It's almost the same exact thing. Kind of is the same exact thing, isn't it?
That might just be.
Interesting.
Yep. So it just took the.
I'm a logical explainer. Because I'm kind of interested that it didn't really do very much. It was like, all right.
You want to try it again on that?
Yeah, sure.
This feels more second gradery.
It does. Yeah, now it is the second gradery thing. This is funny. This is adorable. Let's keep this.
Fantastic. Another interesting thing you could do, or I guess outside of second grader land, is we could just go into regular text generation and feed it that statement and see if it like continues it or what it does with that.
Interesting. Hold on. Let's do it. Can we give it? I guess we can go back and forth, but maybe I do want to give it some more second gradery stuff.
Yeah. No, let's keep it here if that's where you want to live.
I like the second grade. Okay, let's try this one. This will be kind of intense. Let's see.
What this passage means.
It's interesting how when you do it twice, even on the same temperature setting, it really shifts like the second time.
Yeah, so it's all, it's like playing probabilities almost.
Wow.
And just like shifting like I couldn't think of any other words other than temperature now that I'm looking at it. But it's like sliders for like storytelling almost. And you're just like pulling a rig, seeing what you get.
Okay, we'll do it again because it like didn't do anything that time. Like
it just took her story and made it history. Or no, I just have a story.
Yeah.
And then kept it mainly the same. Oh, it doesn't want to translate this one. There we go.
Amazing. Oh my goodness, it's hilarious. I love it. These are the best artist statements.
It's concising it down.
Well, yes, and it's yeah, I don't know. I could just really see like saying those things and feeling very funny and very funny and silly. Wow, it took my whole thing about my own cancer diagnosis. It was like I also make shows for people in my life who are sick or sad. This helps them feel better.
Hmm.
Amazing. Okay, so I love it. I want to let me just do one more. Okay, let's just do one more. I definitely could sit here and do this forever with like art speak.
Hmm.
Do this with it. I would spend way too much time in here having it spit back.
It's a fun thing to play around with. Uh, point 0.5 temperature.
Yeah, yeah. This has been a. It's. Oh, I love it.
Fantastic.
I think that's sweet, and I would love to do a few times.
Absolutely.
Whoa, no, this one's kooky.
It's all about dancing a lot.
Yeah, this is going for it all the time. No, let's strike this one. Let's do another one. Like, I mean, do it again.
Wow, this one's kind of intense.
No, yeah.
I want them to be good at dancing. Do you want to mess with it at all? Or?
I said do it again.
Yeah.
I like that too. Okay, save that one too. Okay, shall we get out of second grade world here? The summarizing. Well, oh, and the other thing you said was that you can just spit it text and it can potentially continue the to continue with
Yeah,
text.
so on this sort of like default playground area, it will just kind of like run with any patterns you it'll take as little as you give it, like you just write hello and it'll start going off on a path, or you can give it like your artist statement and it'll see what it does with that. It might think it's like somebody else's and it might give you like comments underneath it from like fake internet people.
Oh,
There are a lot of
neat.
like possibilities for where it could go.
Okay, let me see if I can pull up some other text and see what it will do with it. Oh, we have some. Oh my gosh, there's a yak. There's yeah. I think you have some maybe like Yackez song lyrics or something.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. Um,
And you can kind of like set up your own parameters like that second grader thing too. You could be like, this is Yackez, a duo out of blah, blah, blah. They write songs that are like this. This is one of their songs.
okay.
And see if it does something with that. Like you can kind of lead it that way.
Hmm, okay. Uh, let's see. So, oh, and this before, this is maybe this, maybe I'll italicize
I'm not sure if it picks up on italicized stuff
that
just
kind of stuff.
because it messes with bold stuff as part of the prompting process it does.
Okay, so you think that's just fine?
Yeah.
Just like that. Okay.
Uh,
Start there.
see what it does with underboob. Put response at like 150. Just gave you more of the song that's already there. Let's try again. See if it's just gonna. It might just do that just because the song is a little repetitive. It likes, or we could also turn up the temperature if it doesn't work. So never mind. Inside. Yeah, it thinks you're at the end of a sequence. Let's turn temperature up a little. See if that helps. Jiggle.
Jiggle. Jiggle. Oh my gosh. Cute. Jiggle.
Little button for the song.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Do you want to see what it gives you when you just give it Side Boob by Yackez, and Yackez is the world's most lovable musical
Yeah,
duo?
sure. Yeah, sure.
See if it gives you different lyrics, or, well, probably will, but, oh. So it kind of gave us a little write-up of.
So weird.
Thought we were on like a weird music listing site or something rather than a lyric site, I suppose.
Whoa. So weird. I don't know if this is a whole. Okay, and if I should go in this whole. What else can we do with this Yackez part? Um. So, what do you suggest if it were like if you told it like this is a poem? Like, can you ask it to maybe like continue to like collaborate on the song together or something?
Yeah.
Maybe that would be the thing to do.
Yeah, so do you want to keep it as Side Boob, or how do you want to?
Yeah, no, because Side Boob is like a totally finished song.
Yeah.
Let me see about. Actually, I'm gonna go into my notes and see some like um maybe songs that aren't complete or anything, or just some poetry, and see. Could be interesting to see it. Yeah, like collaborate on poetry. Let's see.
Because yeah, you could be like, this is a poem by like the world's greatest poet. You could give it a poetic style to like emulate, sort of,
Oh, interesting.
or you could just give it straight up the stanzas and see where it goes with it.
Hmm. Oh gosh, of course now that I'm like in here, it's like, oh, where am I? You know what? Maybe I'll just start. Maybe I do have this list. Let's see what it thinks of this. If we say it's like a poem. Where was it? Okay. So this isn't necessarily a poem, but this was just some language.
And you don't want any of Rick Weeb and Michaela Ross entertaining audiences.
You know what? Yeah, we can save that. Go ahead and say that was kind of.
Also, I'm wondering where I was going with indie folk scene while midwifing a. Okay.
So, what would you suggest for like asking it to continue with this list
Well,
or something?
this is pretty laid out. I feel like it'll recognize that this is a poem.
Okay. Okay,
Um,
it'll treat it like a poem or
or at
something.
the very least, it'll give us little things of text fragmented by breaks.
Okay.
Um, yeah. And we'll leave response time down a little bit so you can like go in and edit more as it goes.
Okay.
Uh, leave temperature at 0.9.
Sure. So weird. Other stellar beings contacting those in the room. That's gorgeous. Mission statements. $1,000 in one sentence. What the heck? Amazing.
You
I
want to
love.
keep it rolling with this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll do
Yeah.
a
So
little
what
bit
would you
more
do
because it's
if you just submitted more? It would just keep.
yeah.
What? Some who saw the film at that time. Oh. What film does it think?
I I don't know.
Wow. Um.
I suppose you might it might have gone off on a rail here on like reopening or closing dialogue. Seems like it's maybe getting out of something and then into like a recap or almost like commentary zone.
Can we just keep going? This is
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Do
yeah,
you want
let's see.
to? Because I feel like this might continue on a weird sort of out of the poetic path, but
Gay poets, black poets, lesbians, amazing. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Oh,
like
because
it's
there is
kind of like in list zone now a little
other
bit.
visitors who attend this witnesses to the star performative workshop. Okay, yeah. So can we maybe just like take out this closing dialogue, reopening? Maybe can we go from taking out the some who saw the films at that time were actually, yeah, maybe everything from that point. It
Everything.
just, yeah. Cut the crap. Oh my god.
This feels very
Oh.
much like your world.
Amazing. Oh my god, how fun. Um, great. Actually, oh, of course, I'm thinking that I could. Yeah, can you please scroll from the
Yeah,
top
I'll
again?
copy paste this actually,
Okay.
so you can edit as you want on the.
Other stellar beings contacting those in the room. Love that. What a nice way to think about perform.
It's definitely real good at absurdity and like poetry sort of stuff
Ah,
because
yeah.
of the
So
sort of inherent randomness and goofiness.
yeah, yeah. It's quite sweet. And I guess especially if it like of course it's going to be super easy at like just seeing the the flavor and category of like what's there, and then being able to like, oh,
Hmm.
cool. Um, Fun. Okay, let me get. All right. So how does this like I'm thinking of well, maybe at one point we can ask um it what it thinks of little baby Deepak. Is that what it's called? Or little baby Deepak, or is it baby Deep whatever? Baby
uh,
Deep, little Deepak, baby Deepak. I think it is little baby Deepak, isn't it?
my brain, pandemic brain's not working.
um, these are testimonials about Yackez.
Yeah. It'll
And
definitely give you more of those.
um, testimonials.
Do you just want them in there as raw text?
I think so. And maybe I wonder if the full names of people we should take out. Um,
It'll either generate more real New York people or it'll generate fake New York people.
okay, cool. And and I think, do you think it's worth putting testimonials of Yaquez like in there on top? So, but it probably knows.
Yeah, it'll know. It won't know Yackez. You could say like if you wanted to have more flavor and specifically mention the name, which is always kind of fun, you can put that in there.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
So like testimonials for Yackez, the world's what was the tagline you gave?
World's most lovable musical duo. Sometimes it's adorable. Sometimes we're say we're the most adorable.
Amazing. Let's see what it does with this. You were one of the highlights of the Peruvian international TV broadcast. Let's have it go a little bit further. Ah, whoops.
I shall not create even one new club like what? I shall not create even one new club like that of mine.
I have no idea.
You have it all up to the highest standards.
You want to try again?
Yeah, sure.
Back up to
Funny. It's funny.
Dan and Cheryl.
Amazing. I love that review. So weird.
To experience the planet's sounds with my feet.
Oh, those are great. Um, yeah, I can save those. Those are really funny. Um, oh my god, maybe we should get a couple more too. That's really funny.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Um, Fake testimonials are really cute. Vogons. So weird. Thank you for the joy you brought to my birthday.
Chris, filmmaker.
It's the embodiment of concentrated fun. Cute. Um, what was the top one again?
The Vogon poetry.
I thought of Voga. I think we should save this one too. It's very weird. Highly regarded character actor. Oh my goodness. Maybe just one more. These are really fun. Oh wait,
Yeah.
maybe we could change. Oh, the temperature is already kind of absurd already. We're
It's up
on
there.
the.
You could go like 9.5 if you want.
Yeah, let's go a little more. Let's see.
And we'll just let it ride from I was deeply touched by your project. I think it has great potential to benefit humanity. Oh, wow. We're getting pretty grandiose.
Wow, it's interesting. We took the temperature up and it like just. Oh my God, you were water, constantly moving, babbling, and flowing. Oh my goodness. Keep going. Is there more? Oh no, that was the end of it. Oh, we
We'll
gotta
give
keep
it
going.
some
Oh
more.
wait. It's amazing. Oh, keep going. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh my goodness. What's really funny is, this plays a lot into I'm really obsessed with I kind of single-handedly create all the marketing for us
Mm-hmm.
and videos and all the social media stuff. And I use it, it all comes just from all the, it's creative act to me. It's not like it's separate from the
Totally. Yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah.
And then it feeds all into the video that I'm. So this is really funny because I could really just see, um, I don't know, just really incorporating this in like a Yackez commercial, or we even were recently thinking of doing like infomercials, and
Yeah, yeah,
our
yeah.
last project has a real public access and infomercial type, a little mix of public access and like a late night infomercial, but all this stuff really
Very
fits
fun
together.
worlds to live in.
Yeah. Oh, to the addresses the shortcomings of our society by providing a self-contained antidote to the corporate art institution. Oh, damn. Maybe,
From
maybe.
Alex Soth, artists and authors of the books Sick and Sioux Falls, Hourly Rates and Broken Manuals.
So those are totally fictitious
I would assume that Alex
things.
Soth is a made up person, yes.
Okay, and those okay, and the books. I
I would
can't
assume sometimes it'll tap into real things, but like Anna Lind Guzik is not founder and director of the New York Public Theater.
yeah. I love this. It created this whole thing. It was raining by the time they got to Governor's Island, and we were cheerful. This is ridiculous. Amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm loving this. I'm loving this sort of like self-exploration sort of thing that's going on. There's an interview with the person who wrote the first book, sort of co-authored by this thing. They had a lot of really interesting thoughts about like when they finally started putting like their own feelings and like thoughts into the AI. It felt like they were like discovering new things because of its like way of rewording or like giving you these different ways of thinking that you wouldn't have necessarily gone with all the
Yeah.
information that you already have.
Yeah. Well, I see too. Does it remember? Okay, so is it also being
It's not learning as we go.
okay? Because I was thinking like it really missed the mark when I mentioned that when I put in the thing about the cancer diagnosis and that, but now it's going into all this weird stuff like with the risk for brain tumors. I was like, does it sort of it's not being affected by that, which we did a little bit earlier in other things.
Nope, it's just the stuff in the playground. It
Just
stopped
right.
learning things on October 2019 or something like that, but it knows current events like up till then.
It's so interesting.
And then they like use all this computing power to train it all at once, and then it's like trained.
Ah, okay. Can you press? Can we go forward on a little more on this one? That it's
Sure. A C3PO of the movement and also Nicki Minaj for his role in turning phrases is quite a duo.
but then what is going on? Whoa! Actually, just keep going on this one. It's so weird.
All right, I'm gonna save all these testimonials,
Yeah,
and
that'd
I'm
be
just gonna let it
amazing.
run on the Yackez bio,
Okay.
just so it doesn't get as mucked up with big token stuff. I might have double copy and pasted, but oh well.
Gosh. Is it ridiculous to just let it go more? I don't even know what's going on. They do one more. One more.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
I think 0.95 might have been a little much for it.
Whoa. Tommy Sunshine and Hype Machine. Now this is great. I think my husband will be able to do something with
Excellent.
this. It's pretty amazing. Oh my goodness. So my collaborator John, my husband is a journalist,
Uh-huh.
and he writes. We co-write the songs together. Um, but I think he'll get a real kick out of of like that whole freaking paragraph. It's so
Definitely.
weird, amazing. This reminds me of, well, I guess so. In this, you is there ever? It's probably not here, but I'm thinking of like text to speech stuff. Like, um, is there a function for that? Like that you?
Not through this, but there are a few good text-to-speech apps that you can actually like really go in and like edit the like acoustics of like their voices and like how they're saying things and at the speed. Like, because I wrote my big dumb play using this, and then I was like, well, how do I get it out as like a podcast without really doing any work? And
Mm,
did that and like copy pasted some text-to-speech stuff, and that worked pretty well. I liked it. There's a lot of voices out there. You can get different accents,
Interesting. Oh, like
but
the
not,
saying it afterward.
yeah, but not through this specifically.
Got it. I was thinking of the going in part too, because I'm just when I think about, I think when I was originally when I was thinking like, oh, my speaking practice. I mean, but it would involve like kind of being in the mode of the actual improvisation and speaking it out, not necessarily typing it out. Like there isn't really a
Yeah,
context
yeah.
for me to type. I mean, I guess I could maybe, it would just be potentially improvising for a while or doing some various modes of the practice and then going back. And a lot of times I will write afterwards. So then it'd be like writing
Hmm.
right then, um, and then working with it. But let me go into my notes and see if
Yeah, I
I
was about
can.
to say, if you have one of those journals, that might be interesting.
Yeah, that's. Let's see. Let me look at some more.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom while you're doing that.
Sure. Yeah. I'm just kind of, I may not, I may have to just organize this a little bit in the doc, but I'm
Hmm.
just kind of going through. I realize my notes are much easier to like look at when it's actually on my, easier to navigate on my phone, but I'm on my computer. But let's see.
I feel that I'm a big notes app fiend.
Hmm. What is this? This is this is some kind of entry. All right. I'm pulling them out of notes and putting them in there, but I may like
Yep.
have us
Let me
redirect.
know whenever you're
Okay.
wanting to generate.
Mm-hmm. love song. All right, we got a few things here. Let's see. Yeah, let me get one more thing. Let's put this. Okay. This one thing here, the theater of the tender heart,
Yes.
and then that list, and then it goes to work and not work at all, aka taking it easy on stage, or in this case on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Let's plug that in.
Okay.
And the top list is actually me actually working on a name of the potentially a name of the piece, like the a new star poo method piece. Star poo is the improvisation practice that
Mm-hmm.
I. What will it do?
Do you want to mess? We're pretty still at that 0.95 for temperature.
Let's keep it and see.
Okay.
Keep going. A song for people in the Namaste. Oh my god. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So weird. Let's take the temperature down.
Yeah.
It is really riffing. It is
Yeah.
really riffing hardcore.
Where do we want it to go?
Maybe 5.
0.5. Do we want to keep any of this?
Maybe not.
Cool.
Maybe.
Take it easy, or in this case, on Zoom.
I think we have to just do it again.
Yeah.
I think that's funny. Oh, I want to keep that.
Yeah. You want to keep it with that much repetition or just one line of it?
Oh, yeah, maybe. I kind of like it. No, yeah, keep it. Keep it. And should we just add, like, press it again and let it keep going?
I feel like it might just keep giving you the same line further. Once it gets into those kind of loops, it kind of tends to stay there.
Got it.
Uh,
Maybe we should just copy and paste it and put it in the Google Doc. Like, just take it out.
Yeah.
Keep it like that or something.
Gotcha.
I don't know how to do this method of creating. I love that. That's hilarious. A nice nice summation of failure aesthetics. I don't know how to do this creation tactic. I don't know how to do that creation. Hilarious.
Again. It's getting us back into
Okay,
repeating
yeah.
stuff.
Now, yeah. Now let's do it again. Now, yeah. Ah. Keep going.
Okay. Got into a little loop there, but that's fun.
It gets all glitched out. It's so. You know what? That'd be amazing to. Honestly, that'd be really great to say. To actually like read that as a
Definitely.
script. But yeah, so maybe it's a thing of like copy and paste it and put it away and then get it out of its little thing.
You're gonna keep running with this prompt?
Yeah, sure. I'm.
I
Oh gosh, it just really. Yeah, no,
think
it's
that's a little bit of the temperature.
yeah. Maybe we should.
But when you're getting generations, they have been pretty interesting here. So
They have. Do you think we should just try it again, or should we change the temperature? Do you think?
you're driving.
Let's change the temperature to a little higher, maybe to 0.8.
Okay.
The herd. Ah, man, and it's just
Do you
repeating.
want to go from the herd and see
Yeah,
if it
yeah,
gives you anything?
yes. One. And the herd within that. It's cool. I'm into keeping it the herd.
Do you want to go from that,
It reminds me kind of
or
shoo.
because it just starts?
Yeah, like saying it over again. Yeah, maybe we should just capture that text again and copy it into the.
Gotcha.
Reminds me of that. Um, movement improvisation. There's that thing called flocking, which is like kind of people work following together as like a flock. But the herd, I don't know if there's one called the herd. There is now. Tender heart poo. Amazing. Tender heart poo is a way of dance. Oh, keep going with this one. It's good. Tender heart poo. It's an attitude.
In the best sense of the word. Let it run with this for a
Oh
minute.
yeah, yeah. Let it keep going.
Let's turn it up. See if it gives us some big long stuff here.
Tender heart poo. I love that it just made it tender heart poo. It's not an abstract theory or a body of knowledge.
At some point, it got really into quotation
It's
marks.
no way of living in the world. It's like keeps going back and like redefining what it is. I like that it went back to that actually and like really it is a way of being and feeling about the world. It's a way of being in the flow, an active flow. Oh yeah, keep going. This is great. A
It
non-goal.
does just keep redefining it. That's so interesting. In
And
like different.
yeah, it's an I am not. And a heart proof method techniques on practice is oh my god. A way that brings the body back to itself and then uses the body for expressing or showing itself to itself and to others. I love that. Sure. Tender heart poo method technique song practice is a way of being in the flow and not necessarily a way of making a flow of life. Oh, this is. I feel like I'm learning.
Beautiful.
um,
I feel like you created a whole new method of something here.
totally. Well, it's like it really is true. It's kind of like it's kind of like in a way like spinning your own attention back at you a little bit in different ways so that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you do end up sort of talk about springboarding, like you can springboard yourself
Absolutely.
back at yourself. It's an attitude or way of being in the world, not a way of doing things. It's a practice or a way of doing one of yes and of whatever is. Oh, keep going. Oh, I love it because it is all yeses. It's not really no's, it's all yeses. And but it is no's too. And whatever happens of allowance, control is a state of mind. It is a mind. Or I love it. Now it's getting into quotes that are inside of parentheses. Nothing is a mistake and everything is a possibility. Exactly. It's really understanding failure aesthetics now. It's a state of mind, a way of being in the world rather than a style of movement. It is a way of movement that is not minded, not following the mind, but rather a movement that is around slash beyond the mind or beyond the mind. I don't know about all that. I think it's getting a little. It's a way of movement that's not controlled, not following the control, but rather moving
It's just the same thing about
around
control, the mind, and the calculation, and the goal.
calculate. Wow. Oh, it's real. Okay, so it's like really figured out something. It's like okay, here. Oh my gosh. I love this all. I think all
Yeah,
has to be
yeah.
kept. It's
Let's take it.
amazing. It's amazing. Hilarious. Wow. So it's hilarious at like manifestos and credos. Okay.
You
Um
want to try like one or two more generation or like prompt things to mess around with, and then maybe call it a
yeah.
day.
Yeah, sure. And so what was the other things that I had?
I might have just completely
No, it's
moved
okay.
it all down to the bottom from.
I had a I had another biographical
I
description of Yackez.
saw
I have a this is
the married art
another
pop duo.
yeah, but this is and then there's another lyric. Let's see. This is another then there's like lyrics, which is what could it continue this poem, this love song poem. Then there's more maybe we've done enough with the um then there's more like you know what? Let's see. It might be interesting for this Yackez the Helix 2020 and that song and there and see if it maybe wants to continue the song.
Yeah. Let's see what it does. 0.8 on 0.8.
Yeah, well, actually, you know what? No. Let's take it to point 5 or 4 and if it's more logical, maybe it'll like really follow the something about the structure that's already happening in the song.
Yeah, so it got into its loop a little fast. I think with lower temperature here, it might just stick to what's already there because there
I
is a
see.
significant amount rather than mimic the structure. Because I
Okay.
think there's enough structure inherent that it might just like,
Okay. So
you
we can
know,
take it up maybe to point. I want to do 0.9.
just try 0.9.
I don't even know this song well enough to know. No, I think it's just repeating. Yeah.
Still?
I,
Yeah.
hmm.
Let's try that again on 0.9. I feel like it'll, if it gave you more lyrics, it'll eventually give you different lyrics. Well, now it's giving us a little,
Oh my god.
a love
For a
song with a reggae.
disabled for a disabled man to sing was a challenge. So weird.
Randy. Huh.
Well,
Do you want to
maybe.
give it just like the first few lines and see if it,
Yeah, sure.
like, we'll just give it one or two, like the, give it the first refrain. There we go.
Yay! As a threesome, nothing lasts forever, but I believe that.
So it got us something.
It did. I think that's. I just wanted to see if it could collaborate on a song.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's save that, and we could actually maybe if we did it a second time, it would do that. It would do it again, perhaps.
Perhaps. Let me throw those in there. Oh, now it's giving us
Oh my
not a
goodness,
bad.
hilarious! It just gives you the the instrumentalists. Hilarious. Yes. Yes. When I'm eating, when I'm in my car, or talking to a star. Perfect. Awesome. Carrying inside my heart, where we'll always be together. I carry you with me. Oh, keep going. This would be a new Yackez video. I carry you around in my head. You're always on my mind. I'm going to carry you with me to the end of time. When I'm dark, when I'm left, when I'm crying, I'll protect you because that's what you do. When I'm eating, when I'm in my car, or talking to a star. I love it.
Wow. It's even like a nice little ending there for it.
Yes. Can't wait to show this to John. All right, AI. That was very sweet. And it got the flavor, the sweetness, the adorableness of Yackez.
And it just needed three verses.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah, well, that's great. Do you feel good about what you've got all generated here?
Yeah. I think so. Um, yeah.
Well, very cool. It's been so much fun doing this with you.
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation. This was great.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and so what are the parameters for the finished project again?
It's got to be something I can share online, basically. I've been
Okay.
telling, like, because most of the folks are like playwrights that I've been doing this with. So I've been saying
Hmm.
like 10-minute play because that's what you can submit to other festivals or whatever. But really, I want you to make whatever you want to make with it, you know?
Okay. So something around and like timestamp wise,
Yeah, whatever
10.
works. You're a working person, you're making a bunch of other stuff. whatever works for you. I'm
Okay.
just uh and yeah, there's no deadline or anything for now. If people start giving me a bunch of finished stuff, I'll probably be like, hey, like maybe a month out from now, let's see where we're at. But
Okay.
again, this is just like side project. I want people to be chilling.
Very cool. And I mean, I did go in two different directions. There's both yet, but maybe I can make two if there's two small things. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe.
Whatever. I'm open to collaboration.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much. This was great.
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
fun. What cool possibilities with this.
yeah. I'm a little terrified for when it hits like mainstream. Everybody has things like this, and for when it's like in video and all that. But because even just now, like a week or two ago, they had a thing. They announced a paper where they have you can put in text and they'll give you like an image or something like that, and the results of that are pretty crazy.
Ooh.
So it's all happening fast.
Wow, I bet. Well, yeah, it's very cool to see that it can go in like vastly different directions. So you can just like pull it back and then like see what comes next. It's an
Totally.
amazing, playing with chance in that way. It's very
And
interesting.
like writer's block, you don't know where to go. And the next thing, just have it give you a few options, see how you feel about all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, cool.
All right. Well, thank you again, Larissa.
All right. Thank you so much, Isaac.
Have a good one.
All right. You too.
Bye.
Bye.